Good. I'm really proud of myself because I'm wasting a lot of time. I'm not wasting time. This is important. Nobody's listening, right? Basically, I spent like the last like hour drawing comparisons between men as compared to energy and women as compared to matter. Right? You got principles in physics. You got energy and matter. What is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. So men as energy can stereotypically be valued by their ability to do work. That's what energy is defined as, the ability to do work. Women as matter can be stereotypically valued by their physicality and their level of attraction. That's what matter is. Matter's level of attraction is matter's level of attraction is defined by their mass, which is based on how you could say their mass could equal their level of attraction. Women's attraction attracts both men and women. Women's attraction matter. Women matter. If you think of women as matter, women are comparable to matter, and their level of their attraction attracts both men and women. So matter, like a planet or a star or something like that, it's actually attracting energy, but it also attracts other matter. So planets can collide into other planets. But like when matter attracts matter, like when women get attracted to other women, but when they get attracted, they can tend to get sort of cattish, and it can cause repulsion. But some energy, can penetrate matter permanently, and that's what matter kind of wants to do. Matter wants to penetrate, or I'm sorry, energy. Energy is men, so some energy can penetrate matter, and most energy is going to want to penetrate highly attractive matter. Can you say that too? There's so many parallels to this, but can you say that? Can you say most energy? Most energy, you can say, is gonna is gonna want to penetrate. Most energy is gonna want to penetrate highly attractive matter, all things being equal. I'll check that statement in a second. But the rest of these I already checked. So energy's ability to penetrate matter depends on its power and its compatibility, its wavelength compatibility with matter. So if they tend to vibe and vibrate on similar frequencies. So basically, you've got energy, which is men. They're going to have varying levels of different energy, has different power and wavelength. And so energy is going to reach matter, which is women. Energy is men, matter is women. Being powerful is pretty much always good for energy's ability to penetrate matter. But some energy is weak. I would say, as a man, I'm kind of like a weak man. I want, just like all energy, men, I want to penetrate any kind of matter, but preferably highly attractive matter. And my ability to do that is going to be enhanced by being more powerful and being on the same wavelength. And I wonder, like, can you get on the same wavelength? I think you can't do that. Hold on. Can energy get on the same wavelength as matter? Like if energy is having trouble penetrating matter because it's not of the right wavelength, can the energy change its wavelength? Like, can energy change its wavelength? Or is its wavelength kind of defined from its birth? I just want to know, can energy, this isn't quite right, the way to think about it. So instead of, if the energy's frequency matches the resonant frequency of the matter, strong inception occurs, absorption. Can energy change its wavelength? Yes, energy can change its wavelength through various processes: interaction with matter, scattering, absorption, Doppler effect, refraction. Okay, so I'll come back to this later. So I'll write this down later. I have to. Oh, this is kind of a big waste of time. But anyway, energy is birthed from matter and had enough attraction for nuclear reaction from its mom. So basically, all energy, which is men, most of it came from matter, meaning that matter is like stars, right? So the energy is usually birthed from some kind of matter. And matter is also birthed. So basically, women and men, they generally come from other matter, much like men from women. Energy eventually dissipates over time if it's not absorbed, but it can get more powerful if it focuses. So some energy, it goes out, it gets absorbed into matter, depending on if the matter has enough attraction or whatever. But some of it just misses. Some of it gets absorbed and it goes through the matter, so it penetrates matter for a while and then it goes off into space. Some of it gets permanently absorbed in matter. Some of it just misses most of the matter and it goes off into space. So you could think of it as men. Sometimes they have sex. Sometimes they have sex for a while. Sometimes they have sex on a somewhat permanent basis. And sometimes they don't have sex and they go off into the vacuum of space. Matter's mass is comparable to the strength of the gravitational attraction that is determined at its birth. Right. So women have a certain amount of attraction, and their level of attraction is determined at their birth, and that's just like matter too. Where there's women on Instagram and stuff or TikTok, and they're looking at some TikTok lady and they're like, I want to get attractive like that woman. Their maximum ability of attraction is kind of set at birth, much like matter. Is that true? That's what the thing says. I asked. That's what ChatGPT says. Energy's ability to penetrate matter is enhanced by how powerful it is, but also I'm doing.
He's gotten out twice today. I think he's getting out on that little gate on this side.
Oh, okay. I'll fix it.
Barricade a little bit, but we got to make sure he can't get out.
Okay.
Twice this afternoon.
Okay.
Normally he's banging on the door.
Weak energy is not likely to penetrate highly attractive matter because of the attraction alone. So basically, like if you're a weak dude like me, you're not likely to attract because of its power alone. So basically, like if you're a weak energy form, which is like me, I'm a weak energy form. If you penetrate highly attractive matter, it's not going to be because of your power. But weak energy can, however, sometimes penetrate highly attractive matter if its wavelengths are compatible. So basically, like energy, it's going to want to penetrate highly attractive matter. If it's weak, if it's weak, it can still sometimes penetrate highly attractive matter. But if it does, it's not going to be because it was powerful. It's going to be because it had a comparable wavelength. Can you substantiate that? Yeah, I already looked it up. With the same vibrations, so energy can catalyst more stuff to make. So energy, just like men, they can actually become more powerful over time. Like generally, all energy, it tends to get less powerful over time. So just like men, when they get old, they're going to generally become less powerful. But they can do certain things over time. Even if they're weak, they can do things to get more energy. Like they can start a company. They can have a catalyst for more energy. So energy can do things that cause chain reactions, and they can set into motion catalysts for other energy, which is kind of like starting a company and having employees. And they can focus. Weak energy can become more powerful if it focuses. And weak energy focuses most effectively when the focusing mechanism is optimized for its specific wavelength, which you could basically say is a radio wave should be a radio wave, a gamma wave should be a gamma wave, which is what I say after 45 years of like failed attempts at stupid things and listening to Tony Robbins tapes. I've discovered conclusively that like you should be true to yourself. You should be yourself, meaning that like if you're good at just cater to your strengths. Be yourself, basically. If you're like good at chemistry, don't try to become some imitation cool guy. Don't try to be an imitation of the other wavelength. Just be yourself, and that's your best bet at focus on your strength. Focus on like whatever you're naturally good at. Don't try to be like the cool thing. Energy can change its wavelength through various processes. I'll have to learn that later. So what did I just ask? Hold on, I want to know. most energy is going to want to penetrate highly attractive matter, all things being equal. Terrible, terrible. I just want to know if that's true. Is that true? Not generally true, and contains some aphorism that doesn't align with low energy behavior. Most energy, this is the very broad claim that is likely incorrect. Energy doesn't have a desire. Highly attractive matter is discussed gravitational matter, so it's not really true. How could you rephrase that to be true? Energy is most likely to penetrate matter when its frequency does not match the resonant frequencies at which the matter readily absorbs it, assuming no other. So they have to have compatible frequencies. The penetration of energy through matter is primarily determined by the energy's frequency and the matter's absorption. Anyway, I think I've ran out of parallels. I've spent too much time on this, but I just think it's funny. I think it's funny if you think about men as energy in the sense of stereotypically being valued as their ability to do work, and then women as matter, stereotypically valued for their physicality and their level of attraction, which they have gravity. Anyway, this point, it's all kind of low life. Just women and men are not. They're not objects. They're not, and men are not just to have their energy sucked out of them. What's the point? I don't know, but it is kind of interesting to just think about like the dynamics of men and women and how they do a little bit relate to those. There are some parallels, but anyway, they're not perfect parallels. Anyway, moving on indeed. All right. Anyway, I want to try to, if I can get 3 more hours of studying Python before I go to sleep, that would be cool. Dude, it's really hard to like knuckle down and learn new shit because I am old and I don't want to learn new tricks. Anyway, I'm going to try though. Anyway, before I do that, I should check the side gate to make sure that my dog cannot get out. And then I want to learn at least 1 more hour of programming. Preferably 2, ideally 3. could you say that because the universe is expanding, energy and matter are tending to be more isolated over time? Yeah, that's another thing is over time just there's less so there seems to be less there seems to be less penetration. There's there seems to be less penetration um, lately over the whole overall lately over all energy and mass. Because they're getting more isolated. Because they're getting more isolated. So that's happening in the world too. Is men and women are getting just overall around the world. They're getting more isolated. Although I guess not in Africa. There's more penetration happening in Africa. Can you say that to be true? In Africa, women are having like more than 4 kids per female on average, right? Is that greater than in the past for Africa? Well, it's true. Fertility rates in Africa are higher than many parts of the world. More than 4 kids per female needs some clarification. The average total fertility rate for Africa is around 4.1 to 4.3 births per woman. Significant regional variation, historical trends. Therefore, to directly answer your question, well, the current average fertility rate in Africa is around or slightly above the 4 children per woman. This is not greater than in the past. In fact, the average fertility rate has decreased considerably compared to previous decades. So they had even more. So basically, like, so you could say fertility rates worldwide are going down on average. Anyway, and can you say just more isolation, right? No, I mean among people. It's not a simple yes no. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so all right, so for at least 1 hour, I want to try to learn some Python stuff. All right, can we get back to Python? I want to learn Python programming. Can we pick up where you left me off before? Okay, so syntax, variables, data types, and operators, control flow, if-else statements, if-else, if, elif, and else, loops, data structures, lists, dictionaries, tuple sets, functions, object-oriented programming, classes, objects, a specific project or problem you're working on. Once I have a better idea of where you are in the Python journey, can you give me some basic tutorials on syntax, on basic syntax, so I can make sure I have that part down? So variables are used to store data. You assign a value to a variable using the equals operator, right? Variable means are case sensitive and they can't start with a number. They should start with a letter or underscore and can contain numbers and underscores. Avoid using Python's reserved keywords like if, for, while, print, etc. as variables. Number, that means note. assigning a value to variables. Alice name equals Alice. So those are variables. With the operator. Okay, so variables operator. Print the values of the variables. Try it yourself. Create variables to store your name, favorite number, and whether you like Python, true or false. Print the values of these variables. Name equals Sean. Duck. So variable ducks equal 7. Sky equals blue. Okay, so those are my variables. Print the value of these variables. Oh, right. So it's name. Name is quotations. And that's called a variable, or what are the variables mean? There's an integer, a string, right? String is in quotes, right? Yeah, so string sequence of characters enclosed in a single or double quotes. So that's a string. Is that right? Yeah. String. Age equals 45. Integer. And then I'm getting so tired. Fuck, it's 5:30. 5:30 is the time I don't like. Is student. Likes Python. True. Kinda true. Kinda true. Excellent. You've correctly declared and assign valuables to variables of different data types. Name is a string holding the text. Age is an integer holding the whole number 45. Height is a float holding the decimal number 6.1. Likes Python is a boolean. Right, it's a boolean. Boolean. Okay. And your comment, kind of true, is perfectly acceptable and helpful for your own understanding. Here, let's try this instead. Okay, I see you've added a bit of... You're right to point out those nuances. Okay, so... now, let's build on this. What would you like to do with these variables? For example, would you like to print them in a more descriptive way? Perform some operations of them, calculate something based on height, learn about how to use these variables in more complex structures like lists or dictionaries. Great. There are several ways to print variables in a more descriptive way in Python. Here are a few common methods. Use f-strings, formatted string literals, recommended for Python 3.6. This is often the most readable, convenient way. You prefix the string with an f, and then you can enable variable names directly within the curly braces inside the string. I don't get it. Print variables in a more descriptive way in Python. Formatted string literals. Using f-strings. Recommended for Python. This is often the most readable and convenient way. You prefix the string with an f, and then you can embed variable names directly with the curly brackets. What is this called again? F-strings, formatted string literals. This is often the most readable and convenient way. You prefix the string, so string is just a word basically, with an f, and then you can embed variable names directly within the curly braces inside the string. Print f, my name is. I don't get it. This is often the most readable and convenient way. You prefix the string with an f, and then you can embed variable names directly within the brackets. Embed. Oh, okay. Modify the f-strings above to change the word slightly. Add an f-string to print all four variables in a single line with some descriptive text. For example, my name is Sean, I'm 45 years old, my height is 6'1", and it's true that I like Python. Using the format method, so you could just say in the backyard. Backyard.
No, he's next door. Go next door. Keeps going over the Mary's side.
All right, so here's the corrected version of your code. Um, I see, but important detail in your use of strings. When when you use strings, the variable names inside the curly braces should not be quoted. If you put quotes around them, Python treats them as literal strings instead of the variable names you've defined. So when should you put quotes around a string? And when should you not? You use quotes when defining a literal string. A literal string is a sequence of characters that you want Python to treat exactly as you type them. You do not use quotes around variable names when you want to assess the value stored in the variable. Let's break it down with examples related to printing with f-strings. Defining a literal string, use quotes when you want to include the text that doesn't change and is part of your message. My name is plus name. Corrected, no quotes around age. Oh, so no quotes. Did I put quotes? I don't get it. Python looks for a variable name and inserts its value Sean into the string. Python treats Sean as the literal string Sean and inserts that. I wonder if doing burpees is also like beneficial for this. I just like if I'm trying to do good drawing, I get too tired and then I get lazy. I feel lazy, like I'm stupid. Let's try to do 20 burpees. 20 burpees, try to get less lazy. gotta get back to doing exercise. Alright. Alright, so less lazy. Dude, 20 burpees is like perfect, like wake up, get your heart rate up really fast. Yeah, I gotta do this shit more often because I don't want to get out of shape. Anyway. Alright, so what did we say? Can you bring me back to some more simple basics? Starting with variables, can you give me some more little like to-do projects to better understand variables, starting with the basics and then getting a little further from the basics onward? Okay, excellent. Let's solidify your understanding of variables with some small hands-on projects. We'll start with very basics and gradually increase the complexity. Yeah, I should do burpees every hour because I get too stupid. And like lazy, I get like lazy. Your personal information. Goal, create variables to store basic information about yourself and then print it out in a readable form. Steps, create a variable named your name and assign your as a string to it. So that would be your name equals Sean. Your name equals Sean. Create a variable for your age. Your age equals 45. Your status equals loser. Your city equals Richmond. Create a variable name is student. So these are variables. Your is student equals true. No, false. True. Yeah, I'm studying this. Use F string to print this information in a clear way, descriptive way. Your name. Your name here. My name is so print I am a student. Okay, I see a couple of things you need to find in your project line. Reassignment of your name. You've assigned Sean to your name on the first line, but then immediately reassigned it to... Oops, okay, I got it. Your age. Variable reassignment. You're setting your name to Sean and then immediately to 45. No, I said age, Sean, is true. Using the correct variable names. You're using the literal string Sean in the first print statement instead of your name variable. I don't get it. I don't get it. I can't understand it. You can, Sean. You can do this, but I'm confused. So how is that different? Okay. So anyway, that's the right way to go. Variables you define. So my name is Sean. I am 45 years old and live in Richmond. I'm a student. True. So you successfully assigned string, integer, and Boolean values to variables using f strings to print these. You've got the basics of the variables down. Are you ready to move on to the next project? Simple calculations. Or would you like to explore the personal information project? Sure. Next part. Use variables to perform basic arithmetic calculations. Create two variables, number 1 and number 2, and assign them integers or float values. Alright. So number 1. Alright. Number 1 equals, and number 2, and assign them integer or float values. I guess I can say, we'll say number 1 equals 1. Number 2, no. Number 1 equals Monday. Assign them integer or float values. Number 1 equals 10. Number 2 equals 20.3. Or 14. Okay. Create new variables to store the results of the following operations. Sum of numbers, addition. Difference of numbers, subtraction. I don't get it. Create new variables to store the results of the following operations. What does that mean? What does that mean? I gotta sink it into my dense brain. Create new variables, so that's something equals something, to store the results of the following operations. So these are going to be results. Sum of numbers, addition, difference of numbers, okay. 34.3. this right? I don't know. We'll find out. Difference of numbers. Actually, we'll go with. What's 14 minus? Is that right? What's 14 minus 20? 14 minus 20 would be -6, but then minus another 0.3 would be -7. -7.7. Is that right? Yeah. Product of numbers, multiplication. Boy, I really hate this. I have to admit, this is so dry. Like I just can't believe that people do this all day long. I could not imagine just not doing art. I've been so spoiled by just my dad. I've been so spoiled by my dad and just having a life of fun that trying to transition to a life of this kind of shit is just. I can't imagine like how people live like this. It's just it's so dry. Stuff is so fucking like stark, dry, cold, hard paper. It's really horrible. I don't think I can do this regularly. I shouldn't do this for more than like 2 hours a day because it's just too fucking boring. Actually, I'm gonna write that. As from now on, I'm not gonna really do this for more than 2 hours a day because it's just too boring. I feel like dead. I feel dead. Anyway, some of that is just the hour of the day. Anyway, what are we doing? Some of that's just me. Anyway, okay, so product of numbers. What is the product of numbers? Right, so 14 times. Print the original numbers and the results of each calculation in a descriptive way using F strings. Print First of all, is that right? Oh. So that's the right answer. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. I think I'm too stupid to do this. Like there's so many things that just most people just connect. They got the little terms and then they go, "Okay, got it." And I'm like, "I don't get it." Print. You print the original numbers and the results of each calculation in a descriptive way using F strings. So is that right? That's right then, huh? Can you give me a similar challenge, but instead of saying number 1 and number 2, something else? Let's do a similar calculation project, but instead, number 1, number 2, we'll use more descriptive variable names. How about a project involving the dimensions of a rectangle? Project 2B, rectangle calculations. Goal: use variables to represent the length and width of a rectangle and then calculate its area and perimeter. I don't get it. Step 1, create a variable named rectangle length and assign it a numerical value. $50. Create a variable width and assign it a different numerical value. Calculate the area of the rectangle using the formula area equals width. Store the result in a variable named rectangle area. Calculate the area of the rectangle using a formula area equals width. I don't think I can do this. Area equals length times width. Store the result. Calculate the perimeter of the rectangle using the formula perimeter equals 2 times length and width. Store the result in a variable named Oh. Calculate the area of the rectangle using the formula area equals length times width. So the result in a very so rectangle area equals area length times, and we'll just make it 5 times 2. All right. Calculate the perimeter of the rectangle using the formula. Calculate the perimeter of the rectangle using the formula perimeter equals 2 times length plus width. So same thing. Print the original length and width along with calculated area perimeter in descriptive way. Is that right? I'm too stupid. length of the rectangle is 5. 5. The width of the rectangle is 2. The area of the rectangle is 10. Print the original length and width along with the calculated area and perimeter. Area and perimeter. The perimeter of the rectangle is what the hell is a perimeter? What is perimeter versus area? Perimeter first, the total distance around. Oh, right, okay. So it's going to be 14. I cannot, nobody's listening, right? Just the record, I cannot explain how non-intuitive this is. This basically shows me that my brain is really not like, whoever does this, my brain is not like their brain. Like, I can do good sculpture. Those people who can do this programming shit, they can't do good sculpture or drawing. They don't necessarily have the best spatial intelligence or artistic ability, but boy, I'm really not good at this. Just brings me back to like high school math. Actually, nobody's listening, right? But I remember doing high school math, and my teacher basically said, you should go to art class. You're not going to do good in this class. You'll get a better grade in the art class. And I did that. But boy, I'm really not good at this. Anyway, so what is it? The length of the rectangle is... Oh, right. Okay. Anyway, I'll give this like 2 hours a day for like a month, but I might not be able to do this shit. Anyway, can you give me a quick quiz to recap some of the terms that I've learned? Absolutely. Let's do a quick quiz to check your understanding of the terms we've covered so far. What is a variable in Python? All right, a variable in Python is. I'll just answer it. I can't type it. This is too boring. I'm going crazy. I feel dead. So a variable in Python is a string, which usually is it's a string or an integer or a float, and it's on the left side of an equal sign. Is that right? Or I'm sorry, no, a variable is just a title. A variable is a title and it's a string and it's on the left side of an equal sign in an assigned statement, and it can't have any capital letters and it can't have any spaces and it can't start with a number and it can't use those special terms that Python identifies, like if and stuff like that, right? Oh, a variable is a title, which usually is a string. Not quite. A variable itself isn't a string, integer, float. A variable holds a value, and that value can be various data types, including strings, integers, floats. The variable is the container, the type. The variable is kind of like a title, right? The variable is kind of like a title, right? Okay. All right, so we'll see that. A variable is a title. I should really talk rather than type. The typing is too typing is too depressing. The variable. All right. So a variable in Python basically is a title, and it goes to the left of an equal sign in a assigned statement, right? Okay. Alright, I got that much. I'm not going to get all this today. Name 3 common data types we've talked about and give a brief description of each. So data types would be strings, integers, or variables. So 3 data types would be a string, an integer, or a float. And a string is basically just a bunch of characters without spaces. And then integer is a whole number, and then a float is a number with a decimal point. Is that right? Mostly accurate. A string is basically just a bunch of characters. Yes, that's correct. Without spaces, not necessarily. A string can contain spaces. For example, hello world is a valid string with a space in it. The key is that the sequence of characters is enclosed in a single bracket. So is a string always contained in a bracket? Or is that only if it has a space? Or I'm sorry, is a string always contained in quotes? Or is that only if it has a space in between? All right, so string integer, then integer is a whole number. Exactly, integers are whole numbers, positive, negative, or 0 without a decimal point. Float, and then a float is a number with a decimal point. Correct. Floating point numbers represent real numbers and include a decimal point. So the slightly more precise description would be string, a sequence of characters enclosed in single or double quotes. It can contain letters, numbers, symbols, and spaces. Integer, a whole number, positive, negative, or 0 without a decimal point. Float, a number that can have a decimal point representing real numbers. Alright, okay, I got that. What is the purpose of the equal symbol in Python? The symbol of the equal sign in Python is basically just saying that the thing on the left and the right are equivalent, and the thing on the left is usually a variable and the thing on the right is usually a value. Is that right? It's assigning the same value to the thing on the left, which is a variable. Okay. It's an assignment operator. What is an F string and why is it useful for printing variables? What is an F string? I remember it's just a way to print out a sentence referring back to the variables that you defined. So an F string is a way to print out a sentence referring back to the variables that you defined earlier, right? Yes. Okay. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do it. What is the difference between defining a literal string and using a variable name in your code? This is hard. What is... What is the difference between defining a literal string and using a variable name in code? How do you differentiate them in Python syntax? Oh, right. So a literal string is going to have a variable name is going to be on the left of the equal sign. So the difference between a literal string and using a variable name is the variable name is going to be on the left side of an equal sign, and then the right side is going to be the literal string, and the literal string is usually quotation marks. At least when it's within brackets when you type print. And then the left side variable is going to usually have underscore instead of spaces, right? Variable name, left side, yes. The variable name appears on the left side of the equal sign. This is the title you're giving to the data. Variable names often use underscores and readability for readability's sake, snake case. But they don't have to in all cases, though it's a good convention. Literal string, right, to the right side of the equal sign. Yes, the literal string, the actual text data goes to the right side of the equal sign as enclosed in the quotation marks. Literal string in print. So which part did I get wrong? Regarding underscores in the variable names. Underscore to separate words in the variable names like user data or total count is a widely accepted and adopted convention in Python for improving readability. It's often called snake case. While you can use other styles like username, snake case is generally preferred in the Python community. Variable names cannot contain spaces directly. So what I said before is true, right? Okay. Okay. So I got that. What is the output of the following code snippet? Age equals 30. So that's the variable and the integer. Print f, I am, so it's going to say I am 30. 6, answer to 6 would be I am 30. Okay. All right. I think I got it. I think I got enough little simple things today. Yeah. All right. Dude, this is really. It's just hard. It's hard. I can do 2 hours of this. There's no way I'm gonna do 4 hours of this a day. Anyway, I'll do 2 hours of this a day, and I'll try to keep that habit for like, I don't know, like a month. Like a month. Hey, if I study this Python stuff for like 2 hours a day, 2 solid hours a day, and I kind of really make sure that I understand the terms by the end of the 2 hours, and I do that for like a month, do you think I can, by the end of that month, have a decent understanding of Python? Or do you think it might take 3 months? Like, to be able to put Python on a job application as a skill that I can confidently use. Based on your dedication and approach, here's my assessment. After 1 or 2 months, 2 hours a day, yes, I absolutely think you can have a decent understanding of Python fundamentals within 1 month. If you consistently dedicate 2 solid hours each day to studying and actively ensuring and understand the terms and concepts, you can cover a significant amount of ground. What you'll likely grasp, whether you can confidently list Python as a skill after 1 month depends on what kind of roles you're targeting and your personal level confidence. Entry-level roles for Python is plus. For some entry-level positions or roles where Python is beneficial, but not primary skill, a solid month of dedicated learning could be enough to list basic Python proficiency or familiarity with Python syntax concepts. You would likely be able to demonstrate basic scripting and problem-solving skills. Roles requiring more in-depth knowledge. To confidently apply for roles where Python is more required. Junior developer, data analyst with Python focus. 1 month might be a bit short. Employers in these roles typically look for experience with more advanced topics, libraries like pandas, NumPy requests, and potentially frameworks like Flask or Django, along with practical. I don't want to do that. I just want to be able to add it to like a technical artist role. 3 months for more confidence. A realistic time frame to confidently list Python as a usable skill for a wider range of jobs would likely be 2 to 3 months. Okay, that's fine. I'm kind of slow on the uptake, so we'll do 2 to 3 months. All right, what's next? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to doing. This is kind of comparatively dumber stuff, but that's fine. And then I'll do some sort of drawing. I'm gonna do like 1.5 hours of perspective drawing, and then 1.5 hours of sculpting, and then I'm just gonna keep that up for a while, and just in a month or so I'll learn this Python shit, just for the challenge. I have to make myself feel good. I have to make myself feel good. I can do something kind of good. Anyway, let's play some fucking piano. Let's play the same shit we always play. I should really do that Python stuff in the morning. Like, it seems like rather than read the news or something like that, I should learn like 2.5 hours of Python, and then I should do these other things. And I should work out again. I feel lazy and not good. Workout tomorrow. We'll learn Python over the course of like a few months. It's gonna just take a wash. I have to let it wash over me, and I'm probably not gonna understand it, at least for like a month or 3 months. And then even after 3 months, I'm still gonna be kind of stupid about it. But I just want to sort of understand a little bit about it.
I picked the software engineering program because they pay very well. It's a fast-paced industry. It was 10 months, so a little bit.
what's fucking weird is programming. Like, doing that programming shit actually seems to make me better at creatively doing things on piano. Let's fuck around. Nobody's listening, right? It's kind of nice to just do something in like total silence. Like once I get used to the fucking silence, just any stimulation at all seems nice. I mean, like basically, like, what am I trying to say? Just if I sit in silence for like the whole day, just there's kind of like it's like a diet. It's like taking a diet from drinking like sugary soda, and just general stuff just seems like a little more interesting. Like I can have fun just basically doing something that would otherwise seem too boring. In Audacity, if you use Audacity, the program, the music program, how do you record just from the computer sound rather than a microphone? Open Audacity, launch Audacity program, go to audio settings. Using the audio setup recommended, click on audio setup in the top toolbar. Then click on audio settings. Audio setup. I don't get it. Open Audacity, launch the Audacity application using the audio setup button. Go to edit preferences and then select the audio settings. Edit preferences. That doesn't seem right. Edit preferences. Hey, in Audacity, the program, when I go to recording, it only has microphones attached. How do you select from the PC sound if it only has microphones attached? The key is selecting the audio host and recording device. Audio host. Go to the audio setting. Click on audio settings. Look for the audio host. Audio settings. Preferences, audio settings, audio host. There's no audio settings. Audio settings, audio host. Host. Okay. I did your bullshit. Boy, that's really annoying. I'm just gonna have to putz around. Nothing. Oh well, fuck it. Let's just do. In Audacity, how do you set the playback to loop? Using the loop button, select the audio if you want the specific section of your audio. First, select the portion of the by clicking and dragging across the wave format if you want to loop the entire track. Enable looping. Look for a loop playback button in the transport toolbar. It looks like a circle with an arrow on the end pointing back to the start. I don't see it. Undo. Click the loop button. Click this button to toggle it. Press play. Method 2. Select the audio, optional. As with the button method, select the portion of the audio on loop, or don't select anything for the whole track. Use the shortcut. Press Shift Spacebar. Nobody's out there, right? I'm not trying to be good. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never done any shit like this. I'm just fucking around. Nobody should watch this. I'm just using my desire for attention to get myself to do something that I normally wouldn't do. How do you add another audio track on Audacity if you just want to have one audio track playing underneath another one? Like if you want to record on a new audio track and then have it playing underneath another one, how would you add another audio track? Open your Audacity project. Go to Add New in the drop down, hover over Add New. Choose the track type. Open your Audacity project if you haven't opened already. Go to Tracks. Oh. when you're using Audacity, what's the filter that makes it so it just slows down the pace, but it doesn't change the pitch? Tempo, right? I don't know. I can't get the timing right, but it's fine. No, I did your bullshit. Why does it do that? What's up, dude? Brother Bear. He's brother. Oh, Bear. Hey, dude. Brother Bear. Come on, dude. Let me pee. Brother Bear. Come on, dude. Smile Bear. Hey, dude. Brother Bear. He's very friendly. Hey, dude. Hey, Brother Bear. Not very friendly. He's a very friendly dude. He's very big. Not a very big dude. And there's Murphy. Murphy's a skateboarder. Murphy has a tricky way to get out. He's like, I got out. He's a little skateboarder. He likes to escape. He likes to escape. He likes to be sneaky. He's like, I'm a clever little beagle. I want you to know I'm sneaky and I can get away. He's sneaky. Okay, okay. Hey, Riley. Big baby Riley. You big baby. Big baby Riley. Okay, Riley. Hey, Riley. Okay, Riley. Oh, Riley. Big baby Riley. Big baby. That's big baby. Big baby Riley. You big baby. Okay, Riley. Nobody's out there, right? Nobody's watching my nonsense. Milo's a Milo's a dog. 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 Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Let's get a really cringy clip. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Bumblebee, 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 bumblebee. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Okay. That's Murphy. Murph man. Murph man. That's big ol' Murphy. Murph man. We'll go soon, we'll go soon. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Milo's a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Like, anyway, that's good. That's a good piece of music to start with. I should run my dog. The best dog in the world. The best dog in the world. The best dog in the world. Miles a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. The best dog in the world. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Miles a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. And Big Baby Riley. 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 Hold on, Ryan. What do you want? You want a treat? The best in the world. The best dog in the world. Miles a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. The best dog in the world. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. Miles a dog. Don't forget Murphy. Don't forget Murphy. And Big Baby Riley. 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 It's done. And Big Baby Riley. And Big Baby Riley.
a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget. And baby Marley. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. And big baby Riley. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. And big baby Riley.
All right, that's enough.
The best in the world, the best dog in the world. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. The best dog in the world. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. And big baby Riley. And big baby Riley. And big baby. And big baby Riley. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. And big baby Riley. And big baby Riley. And big baby Riley. Lola's a dog. Don't forget Murphy, don't forget Murphy. And big baby Riley.
All right, that's good.